picking your favorite Oklahoma City Thunder team out of the 2025 team, the 2015-16 team, and then the 2012 team. Originally, it's super easy for me to say, oh, my favorite's the championship winner. But I'm an odd man out. I think I enjoyed watching the 15-16 season and the playoff run better just because this OKC team was expected to win this out of me. From my perspective, I think OKC in 2025 was, they were favored in every game they played, so they got it done good as they should. For 15-16, I mean, I think beating the Spurs was incredible. They only lost like a handful of games at home that season, like a handful, and then for them to go in and beat the Spurs in 6 was fantastic. And then obviously that Warriors series. I mean, it was a good series. Obviously they blew it, but I mean, again, a 73 win team, and you take them to 7. You win 3 out of the first 4. That was a great season. And then I'm gonna put 2012 last just because it was probably one of the better seasons in Oklahoma City Thunder history, but for them to make it to the finals and then just get absolutely clobbered by Miami in 5. The first game they won, but then the rest were not so close. So I'm in my order, my favorite all-time teams, 15-16, 25, 2012.
Oh man. Can I hop into the conversation real quick,
Yeah,
Joe?
bro. Yeah.
All right. I got to go with 2012 as my favorite, even though I'd obviously despise KD probably the most on the panel. But for me, like that got me into basketball, that got me into watching Russell Westbrook. And I don't know, just the passion that I have now comes from that team. And then I'm going to go with this past season, this 25 team. And then I'm going to go with the 15-16 season. I still can't get over the heartbreak even after the championship. So,
yeah, I mean, I could agree with that. You can't really go wrong with these 3 teams. These probably are the 3 best teams in Oklahoma City Thunder history anyway. Another thing that pulls me to 15-16 is the role players. I have so much love for those role players. Enes Kanter, one of my favorites. I love Dion Waiters. I know a lot of you guys have different thoughts on him. Andre Roberson, fantastic defender, one of my favorites. So a lot of players on that team. I wish they got it done. But I think I enjoyed watching that season probably the best.
Yeah, I mean, just to give my input real quick, I got number 1 was for me 2025. I mean, this was I've been an invested fan my whole life, but this year it was determining the outcome of my week if we won or lost the game, and that was dangerous. But this was a good year to win it all. Best. I mean, it feels like a default answer, but you win the chip. It's gonna be one of the best moments. Second, I had 2012. Savvy really nailed it on the head with saying that was like kind of the real beginning of that deep love for Russ, especially. I mean, watching that team, loving KD at the time was just so meaningful. It was so much more than just watching a basketball team, And then 2016 in the back, it's hard to pick, but it's just, and to me, and I get what you're saying, Joe. I love the role players. I love all that too, but those other 2, I mean, comparing it to the team that won it all, and then the team that really kind of started my deep love for this team, 16 just ended up in the back.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can agree with that too. Another reason why, like, I can't stress this enough in the way my brain works. The wins against San Antonio and Golden State being underdogs felt, I know we won a chip, but they felt so good compared to when we lost to Indiana a few times, knowing that we were 10 times better. And then when we beat Indiana, I was like, okay, it's done. They did it. Very happy, but it should have been done a long time ago. That's kind of like another thing.
I'll definitely give you it for especially San Antonio. Beating San Antonio, it literally felt like it was like David versus Goliath. It felt like we just took down. I mean, that was something different. But I don't know. I get what you're saying. It was very frustrating watching us drop some of those Pacers games. But the second that Game 7 was over, it was like this is what I've been being a sports fan for
Or
my entire life is like this moment. So, but I get what you're saying. It was really frustrating, not just like taking out that team in 4, because obviously you're like, we're the better team, but that's another thing is people aren't respecting that Pacers team enough. I understand they weren't like loaded, but they were taking down team after team after team. Like at some point, it's not just a Cinderella run. Like at some point you got to respect them. And I respected every player on that team, and like we should have been winning more, but they were tough. They were definitely tough. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Joe. Beating the Spurs different.
One last rebuttal by me here is like you mentioned the Spurs. Can't stress it enough. I said that they had a handful of losses at home, the Spurs. They lost 1 game in the regular season at home.
Mm-hmm.
1. And OKC took 2 in that series. So it just meant like to be able to do that was incredible. I know we won the chip, but like I said, we were supposed to do it. So
I get you.
I have the 2025 champs up top. Sure, it was expected to some people. Sure, we were the favorites, but like still 2 7-game series. We were on the edge of our seats for that series. I agree with Gabe. I think that Pacers team is underlooked. I think they're a talented team. I think in the future, if a guy like Nembhard or Mathurin gets shipped off to another team, I could see like a guy like that also rising to the level that Halliburton and Siakam are on. And then I have 2015, 2016 second. I was the happiest guy in the world when that Warriors series, when we were up 3-1 in that Warriors series. I thought a championship was coming home to OKC. And then 2012, I was just too young. Like, it didn't really hit me as much. I wasn't really able to experience it as much as I am now that I'm older and actually kind of understand more what is happening. And then I have 2019, 2020 as like an honorable mention. I know that's not one of the teams we're going over, but that team was nowhere near expected to be as good as they ended up becoming. Chris Paul on that team, Dennis Schroeder, Westbrook, the 3-headed monster in the guard spot.
That was actually a really good shout out because that was, if not, that's probably like the 4th best Thunder team ever. So great pull right there.
For me, it's pretty simple. I got this year, 2025, number 1 on my list. I mean, I was neither a Thunder fan or old enough to be a Thunder fan when 2012, because I was only 5 years old. I started calling myself a Thunder fan maybe 2013, when Steven Adams got there. I only really started watching every game like religiously in 2017. So I don't really have much connection to these older teams. Sure, I said I was a fan, but a bit of a bandwagon really. But back then, so I got 2025, then 2015, then 2012 in that order. Pretty simple, but I mean, Gabe, you said that this game 7 would have determined your mood for the rest of the week. It would have determined my mood for the rest of the year. Like, I would not have coped with losing that game. Because, I mean, I got about 30 people who had messages ready to send to me telling me, oh, your team sucks. Haha, you lost. And I was just so relieved when we won.
Well, that's another great point. I know we got to wrap this segment up, but that's another really good point. Like, the pressure on us this year was insane. Like, every game was like, if we lost, why did we lose that game? We shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we didn't have that.
Even all the way back to the NBA Cup when we lost to the Bucks.
Yeah,
they were on us for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will add as well, Jack. I would say I was more so implying that the regular season losses would affect my week. If we would have lost in Game 7, I probably would have never recovered. Yeah. I don't know if I would be here. I'm kidding, but like seriously though, like it was just that big. And you kind of mentioned the expectations, Joe. Another thing was for Shea. I mean, capping off this season with Finals MVP, it literally cemented it as the greatest season a guard has had that we can even remember. So like, it was so much more for the season and all the players too. That's the other thing. Don't get me wrong. I love the 2012 and 2016 roster, but the way these guys are together is just so like it's like the college team. It's the AAU team. So that just means a lot. But